Hi and welcome. Why do some people slowly build a successful life, while others stay stuck for years even though they work hard? Is success really about talent? Or is it about the skills a person practices every single day? The truth is surprising. Most successful people are not extraordinary people. They simply build habits and skills that ordinary people ignore. And tonight, we will explore those skills together. Not fake motivation, not unrealistic advice, but real skills that quietly attract opportunities, confidence, respect, and growth. If you listen carefully, this video may change the way you see your future. Part 1. The skill of staying consistent. One of the most powerful skills connected to success is consistency. Many people start with excitement. They feel motivated for a few days. But when life becomes difficult, they stop. That is why consistency is rare. Real success is usually built through small actions repeated daily. A person who practices English every day improves naturally. A person who reads daily becomes wiser. A person who exercises regularly becomes healthier and mentally stronger. Not immediately, but slowly over time. The problem is that most people quit during the invisible stage. They stop before results appear. But successful people understand something important. Small progress still matters. Even 10 focused minutes every day can change a life over time. Consistency also builds self-trust. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows quietly. You begin to believe, I can depend on myself. And that feeling changes everything, because confidence is not created by motivation alone. It is created by repeated action. Life will not always feel exciting. Some days feel boring. Some days feel exhausting. But disciplined people continue anyway. And over time, their small daily actions create powerful results. Success rarely appears suddenly. Usually, it grows silently through patience, repetition, and consistency. Part 2. The skill of communicating clearly. Many people believe hard work alone creates success. But there is another truth that many people ignore. If you cannot communicate clearly, people may never understand your value. You can have great ideas. You can be intelligent and hardworking. But if you cannot express yourself well, opportunities may quietly pass you by. That is why communication is one of the most important skills in life. And communication is not only about speaking perfectly, it is not about using difficult words. Real communication is the ability to connect with people honestly and clearly. People remember how you make them feel. A calm voice, a respectful attitude, and the ability to listen carefully can completely change relationships. In fact, good listeners are often trusted more than good talkers, because listening makes people feel respected, and trust creates opportunities. Companies hire people they trust. Customers buy from people they trust. Strong friendships and relationships are built on trust too. That is why successful people learn how to communicate with patience and emotional control. They avoid speaking only to impress others. Instead, they focus on clarity and sincerity. This skill becomes even more valuable in today's world because modern life is full of noise and distraction. Everyone wants attention. Everyone wants to prove something. But very few people truly listen anymore. So when you become someone who speaks calmly and listens carefully, people naturally remember you. Communication also changes your inner confidence. The more clearly you express your thoughts, the more organized your mind becomes. And for English learners, this lesson is deeply important. Many non-native speakers stay silent because they fear mistakes. But people do not connect with perfection. They connect with honesty and effort. A simple sentence spoken sincerely is more powerful than perfect grammar spoken without warmth. That is why you should continue practicing confidently. Every conversation improves your skill. Every mistake becomes experience. And slowly, your confidence grows stronger. In the end, success is not only about what you know. It is also about whether people can feel your character through your words. Part 3. The skill of controlling your emotions. Many people lose opportunities not because they lack intelligence, but because they cannot control their emotions. One moment of anger can destroy a relationship. One season of fear can stop a dream. One period of self-doubt can delay success for years. That is why emotional control is one of the most valuable skills in life. And emotional control does not mean hiding feelings. It means learning how to respond calmly instead of reacting impulsively. Successful people feel stress, fear, and disappointment too. But they do not allow temporary emotions to control every decision they make. They pause before speaking during anger. They think carefully before making emotional decisions. They understand that emotions change, but consequences can remain for years. This skill is especially important today because modern life constantly creates emotional pressure. Social media creates comparison. Negative news creates anxiety. Online arguments create frustration. Many people become mentally exhausted without realizing it. That is why calm people become powerful. Calm people think more clearly. And clear thinking usually creates better decisions. Emotionally strong people also recover faster after failure. Instead of giving up immediately, they learn from mistakes and continue moving forward. This creates resilience. And resilience is often more valuable than talent. Your emotional energy also affects other people. Negative people spread stress everywhere they go. But emotionally balanced people create peace and stability. Others trust them more, respect them more, feel safer around them. That becomes incredibly valuable in work, business, friendships, and relationships. For English learners, emotional control matters too. Many people quit practicing because they feel embarrassed after making mistakes. But mistakes are part of learning. Emotionally mature learners understand this. They continue practicing even when progress feels slow. And slowly, their confidence becomes stronger. In the end, successful people are not people without emotions. They are people who learn how to stay calm and continue growing even during difficult moments. Part 4. The skill of learning continuously. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they already know enough. The moment a person stops learning, their growth slowly begins to stop too. Successful people understand that learning never truly ends. Even after reaching success, they continue improving themselves. They read books, they study new ideas, they learn from mistakes. They stay curious about life. And this creates a huge difference over time. Because the world changes constantly. Technology changes. Industries change. Communication changes. People who refuse to learn often become stuck in old habits and old thinking. but people who continue learning become more adaptable and valuable. And learning is not only about school or formal education. Life itself teaches powerful lessons. Failure teaches patience. Pain teaches empathy. Hardship teaches resilience. Every experience can become a teacher if you pay attention carefully. The problem is that learning often feels uncomfortable. It forces people to admit, "I do not know everything yet." But growth always begins with humility. Every skilled person was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once struggled with fear. Every fluent English learner once felt confused listening to native speakers. Nobody starts perfect. That is why successful people focus on progress instead of perfection. Small improvements repeated daily create powerful long-term results. Even 1% of growth every day can completely change a person's future after several years. Learning also changes the way you see yourself. The more knowledge you gain, the more possibilities you begin to notice. You become less afraid of change, more confident in difficult situations, more prepared for opportunities. That is why successful people protect their minds carefully. They choose what they watch, what they listen to, and who they spend time with. Because the mind absorbs information every day. Negative environments slowly create negative thinking. Healthy environments encourage growth and discipline. For English learners, continuous learning is extremely important. Some days progress feels invisible. You forget vocabulary. You make grammar mistakes. You struggle to understand conversations. But every day you continue practicing. Your brain is improving quietly. And one day, you suddenly realize that speaking English feels more natural than before. That is how growth often works. Slowly, silently, step by step. The people who continue learning eventually become the people others admire later. Part 5. The skill of managing time and attention. Many people say they want a better future, but every day, they waste hours on distractions that add no real value to their lives. And slowly, days become months. Months become years. That is why managing time and attention is one of the most important skills connected to success. Because time is life. Once time disappears, it never returns. Successful people understand this clearly. They do not necessarily work every second of the day, but they become intentional about how they spend their energy. Many people wake up and immediately lose focus. Notifications, social media, entertainment, endless scrolling. Before the day even begins, their attention is already exhausted, and distracted minds rarely create meaningful results. Deep growth requires deep focus. You cannot build a strong future while constantly losing attention to unnecessary noise. That is why focused people often improve faster than others. They protect their energy carefully. They create routines. They reduce distractions. They spend more time building than consuming. Even small habits create powerful long-term effects. Reading daily, practicing English consistently, exercising regularly, sleeping earlier, reducing screen time. Tiny actions repeated consistently slowly shape identity. And identity shapes destiny. Another important truth is this: being busy is not the same as being productive. Some people stay busy all day, yet accomplish very little. Others quietly focus on a few important goals and slowly transform their lives. Successful people understand what truly deserves attention. Because modern life constantly competes for human focus. Every app wants attention. Every platform wants more time. And many people lose years without realizing it. That is why self-awareness matters. You must honestly ask yourself, where is my attention going every day? Because your attention often predicts your future. If your energy goes toward growth, discipline, learning, and meaningful relationships, your life usually improves over time. But if your attention constantly feeds negativity and distraction, your mind becomes weaker and more exhausted. For English learners, this lesson matters deeply too. Many people study inconsistently because they cannot protect their focus. But even 30 minutes of focused practice every day can create powerful improvement after several months. And honestly, the ability to focus calmly in a distracted world is becoming rare, which means it is becoming extremely valuable. Part 6. The skill of believing in yourself. Quietly. Many people secretly doubt themselves every day. They want a better life, but deep inside, they are afraid they are not capable enough. Maybe past failures damaged their confidence. Maybe criticism from other people made them feel small. Maybe life simply became too difficult for too long. So even when opportunities appear, they hesitate. That is why self-belief is one of the most important skills connected to success. And true self-belief is not loud arrogance. Real confidence is quiet. It is the decision to continue trying even when results are uncertain. Successful people feel fear too. They feel stress, rejection, and self-doubt like everyone else. But they do not allow fear to completely stop them. They understand something important. Growth always feels uncomfortable at first. Speaking English publicly feels uncomfortable. Changing habits feels uncomfortable. Starting something new feels uncomfortable. But discomfort is often a sign of growth. That is why confident people continue moving forward even when they feel afraid. And every small act of courage slowly strengthens confidence. The first time you speak despite fear, you grow. The first time you continue after failure, you grow. Confidence is built through action, not imagination. Another important truth is this: you cannot depend on constant approval from other people. Some people will doubt your dreams because they already gave up on their own dreams long ago. If you listen to every negative opinion, you may never reach your potential. That is why emotionally mature people protect their mindset carefully. They stop comparing themselves constantly. They focus on their own progress. They trust that improvement takes time. And slowly, their energy changes. They become calmer, more disciplined, more resilient after failure. For English learners, quiet self-belief matters deeply. Many people stay silent because they fear making mistakes. But mistakes are part of learning. Every conversation is practice. Every uncomfortable moment is growth. And one day, you suddenly realize that the fear controlling you before has become much smaller. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. In the end, successful people are often not the most talented people. They are the people who refuse to stop believing that improvement was possible. Success is not created by one lucky moment. Most of the time, it is built quietly through daily skills and habits. The skill of staying consistent when motivation disappears. The skill of communicating clearly and honestly. The skill of controlling emotions during difficult moments. The skill of continuing to learn and improve. The skill of protecting time and attention. And the skill of believing in yourself even before results appear. These skills may seem simple, but practiced daily, they can completely transform a person's future. Real growth is usually slow, sometimes invisible, sometimes frustrating, but every small effort matters. Every page you read, every calm decision you make, every day you continue practicing English, every moment you choose discipline over excuses. These actions slowly shape the person you become. So if progress feels slow right now, do not give up on yourself. Some of the strongest transformations happen quietly. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep moving forward step by step. Because your future is created by what you practice every day. If this video helped you even a little, I hope you continue this journey with us. Subscribe to the channel for more meaningful English listening practice, life lessons, and calm conversations designed to help you grow naturally. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.